Hello and welcome. Today we are stood in my hotel room coming from Canada of all places. Now what we are going to do, we're going to hunt down something called the Brick Shack. Now I'm going to share my Google Maps with you right now. So I've got two options. Either go and take public transport, which at the moment is looking quite emotional. This is 2.5 hours, which is absolutely fine. You might be looking at something slightly different. You can see what you've got to do with regards to buses, trams, trains and all that kind of thing. Or I can get a 30-minute lift or an Uber, depending on what they have over this way. But you can see that the weather is absolutely stunning, so we are going to head out very, very shortly, get on something and head over to this Brick Shack because they sell all second-hand Lego sets and minifigures, and I want to share that with you, but I don't know how long the actual shop video is going to be, so I thought I'd do the introduction in the hotel room. Right, we are away, and what a place it is. It was packed full of all sorts of different bits and pieces. I missed out on a load of DC stuff by 24 hours. They had all of the original Batcaves, including the Dick Pole was there as well, that had just been sold. So apparently a collector came in and just sold all of his DC Batcaves new in box, and there was tons of them. So as we go around, we can have a look at all of the stuff that is not for sale, starting with these bits and pieces. You can see they are the old school vintage collection, so they're really, really nice to see. So you can see they've got some display units only, and then you've got some much larger stuff that is for sale, and obviously you've got the world map. And then as we come around, you've got some other bits and pieces like the old artwork, and then we'll have a look at loads and loads of minifigures all across the top. They had the full selection of every single brickhead currently built up on all of those different bits across the top, so we'll take a good look at all of them as we go round. But starting with these minifigures, you can see they are packs in 3s, 5s, 2s, whatever it is you want to grab, and they are all price marked accordingly. The price that you're looking at includes everything, so you don't have to work everything out, because sometimes over in the States and Canada you have to add tax and all that sort of nonsense on, whereas this, the price of the price, keeps it nice and simple. So you've got a load of custom figures as well, and you had all these horror figures. So you got Wednesday, you got Jason, you got Sam, you got Hellraiser, you have got Ghostface, and you got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They were amazing looking figures. I did pick up a few of them, and there is a nice minifigure haul to come at the end of this video, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Now there is a lot of other sets in the glass display cabinets that we will be having a very good look at as we pan around. So like I said, we're going to start off with the shop, have a look at everything that is for sale. They turn over stock very, very quickly, so the guys and girls at work here were absolutely phenomenal. And then when we get back to the hotel room, I'll show you all the different bits and pieces that I picked up. Got some surprises as well, some bits and pieces that I didn't even know existed, which is always really, really nice to see. So I'm looking forward to getting those built up, sharing them with you, and adding them into my display. So all of these bits that you see that are built up and have the price sticker on, comes with the instruction manual. They are all available to take away with you right now. They will come as is. So they will just arrive, or they will just come out the counter built. You don't break them down, and that is what that is. You can see the skateboards, you've got the wheelbarrows, you've got the bikes, you've got the motorbikes, you've got the bins, and then you've got all these other little bits and pieces. They are all 100% official bricks. So you don't have to worry about anything else. They are all official Lego stuff, so you can just pick up what you need to add into your own collection, and it's really nice, easy bag. You can see you've got the spare little eyeballs, more minifigures, doors, everything and anything here that you could wish for and want for. They didn't know 100% sure if they had any tiles in there, but they did have a good selection of sort of figures. Funny enough, now thinking about what I'm going to do with the Marvel display, I actually need some of these construction figures, so I'm going to have to dig out some of my older ones and then have a construction theme going on in a certain different part of the theme park, getting ready for bits and pieces to be added. So keep your eyeballs peeled for the disaster series that is currently underway of me moving and chopping and changing everything in my own Lego display for a huge theme park. So you did have a lot of modern stuff. You had the Wonder Woman stuff. You had plenty of different bits and pieces of Star Wars as well, so they did have a mixed selection of bits and bobs. You can see some of them are the giveaway stuff. Some of these that we're looking at now are going to be discontinued. Some of them have just come out as well. I think there's one or two giveaway purchases that you could have picked yourself up as well. Some of the older stunts mixed in with the newer stunts, but again, it is the Brick Shack, so give them a hunt down on the Instagram if you want to stay up to date with their current stock. They currently do not ship internationally, but obviously if you're a local, you might be able to pick yourself up some proper bargains, and obviously they've got all the brickheads and things in there, which I thought was really nice to actually see on display all the way across up at the top. So obviously some of these bits and pieces you can get from the Lego website if you need to. Other bits you can't now at all because they're either sold out or they just no longer exist. So like I said, the stock rotation of this place is always very, very high. And speaking to the members of staff there, said, like I said, only a day or so out, and there would have been more Disney stuff, or DC stuff, shall I say, that I would know what to do with. I would not have been able to fit it all in with my suitcase, nor would I be able to afford it either. So it's probably a good idea that it wasn't there, but it would have been nice to see. So again, a bit of a better look at this massive castle that they've got, and then we'll start looking at the stuff, I think, behind the desk. And there's a lot to pick from. So this is where it starts getting to a complete mix. You might have to pause this now because you've got the submarine, you've got a custom Joker. Again, different brickheads up at the top. You've got some Lego Movie 2 sets. You've got a Yoda. You've got the child. You've got the cool Ghostbusters there. You've got a lot of artwork all going across the top. Some old classic Technic sets and space sets. And then underneath that is where they start to sort bits and pieces out. They build everything to make sure all the pieces are there. And then they plonk it in. Yes, that was a DC Clayface that was there. Now we're looking at all of the different minifigures. So if you caught any of the Lego convention at Swindon, there it's the same kind of thing. You just pan along, they're all price marks. You can get multiple individual figures for a certain price, or you can group them together. A lot of these were either CMFs or they were actually just out of other generic sets, which is always nice because some of them are worth quite a lot of money, but they're quite hard to get hold of. I think you got all the Minecraft bits and pieces. Quite interesting to see all the Disney figures. They had a lot of Baymaxes in there, and they had some of the other figures that are quite hard to find in the UK, and they had loads of them in that store. You've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got the Ecto-1, you've got an old school fire truck coming around and through. You then have some Technic builds. Again, you can see how some are popular, how some are not. Some have the stickers on, some don't. You got the Once Upon a Time, the Once Upon a Brick, shall I say, and that's a really nice thing because I think that was a Lego Ideas set. And then you got more of them. So you've got loads and loads of Harry Potter stuff. So if you wanted to add any into your Harry Potter collection, then again, you're spoiled for choice. And I think, yep, they do. They come over into some of the DC and Marvel bits and pieces. And there's one or two of them that I was looking at that I was thinking of getting, but they ended up picking some other bits and pieces for a different display instead. But if you need a Batman, you have plenty of them, and you can see that actually there's one of them there where it is quite hard to find in his robe, but luckily I have that one already. Otherwise that would have been the one that I definitely would have picked up, because that is obviously from the Lego Movie. And then you got the Unikitty mock, and I'll say mock, it is actually a set. And there were some other little bits and pieces that I don't think I'd actually seen before, which were smaller scale sets of the larger ones that I've seen. But you can see you've got the pizza one, different headlights in the front of those two, and then you've got just some nice trucks and other vehicles and just different bits and pieces all dotted within. So you've got some recovery vehicles, and then you've got some more old school Batman bits and bobs. Some of the cars, I think they're from some of the chase bits. You've got the plane, which looked really effective. I think that's an older 4x4 before the stunts came out. You've got the dragsters, and then you've got the big Lego Creator bike, and then you've got the tractor, and then you've got the 007 Aston Martin. Again, as they come is what you take them like. They're all fully built and checked over. So that all of those with the instruction manuals. I think you might, some of them you might get the boxes as well. They might have the boxes flat packed underneath. If you need a pirate, well, you got plenty of them there. And if you need any knights or anything for your castle, again, you got plenty of them. I just went round and filmed what I could, where I could, and just got out of everybody's way and just tried to soak it all in. It was a really, really nice shop. You can see there's more Batman stuff with the boxes across the back. And then you got these with the Ninjago. You got the dragon, obviously all checked, all piece count, all the minifigures are there as well, which is always really nice to hear. So they've all just been checked through, so you can just pick them up and build those at home if you wanted to. And then obviously you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. You have already got the little Batman and the Joker set. You got the little safe, and then beside that there was a little Harley Quinn Arkham Asylum, but it was just the fascia, not the full set, which I'd never seen anything like that before either. So if you know what that's from, those two minifigures, it is from, yes indeed, the original car that has been deluding me, getting away from me, avoiding me. That's the word. Deluding me, avoiding me. So I picked it up in anticipation to do a comparison with another car that might be coming with another set when me and Jay's toy collection can actually find it. And then we will have a serious DC section in our superhero display of the Lego theme park. So I am very, very much looking forward to looking at that, getting that built and doing a review video on that as well. But you can see there are lots of bits and pieces. Yes, it has all been thrown in randomly. Another look at the big old DC Clayface. That box did look very, very good. That was the only one that was left. All of the others had gone. They did look very, very smart. I might start to backtrack some of the older DC sets just because of the actual look of those sets as well. And I think they do look very, very good within a theme park feel. Now, moving on to all of the brickheads before we get back into the hotel room. You can see loads and loads of different bits and pieces. Underneath me at the moment, there are thousands of bricks where you can build different bits and pieces, but there was just some little ones playing. So I never really got the opportunity to actually film the actual bricks itself. But where they had the Brick Shack sign, where that was all made out of Lego, that is basically a Lego brick bin where you have all of the different bits and pieces underneath. And then you could just stop and just make up your own bits and pieces, find your own bricks, take them home, buy them. I don't know if it went by weight or if it went by piece count. I think I did see one or two people filling up some cups. So I think maybe they just charged you per cup, and then you could just put in whatever bricks it is that you wanted to do. As we're still looking at all of the different brick heads, because they've got the brick heads on both sides of the ceiling, on both sides of the shelf, and I think they had almost every single one of them all built up. And if you want to see this in a little bit different detail, there is a Lego house video available of every single one ever, brand new in the box, of an amazing display at the Lego house. So hunt down the Lego house Billin playlist if you want to see some more bits and pieces of that. But this is the external part of the building, so that is what you need to Google. Looks brilliant. I think it looks really, really smart with obviously the Lego logo and everything on the outside. And then you can see what it used to be, which is the old fire hall. So hunt that down, find it if you want to, give them a follow on social media and buy some bits and pieces. Right, back to the hotel room. So I picked up some of that. I picked up some of that. I also picked up a load of these. Now I'm going to get these out and I'll show you these off a little bit better. They are all different horror figures and they look absolutely fantastic. Then I also came across this. So I've actually got this ready for something. So there's a good plan in place for this, and hopefully might be a comparison video of that set coming through soon. That was only 30 US Canadian dollars. That was all in. So that's really, really good value. And then I picked up this. Now, what a thing this is. If you're a fan of the actual Halloween film, this is a custom Lego Halloween bit, and they are supposedly going to be doing all of the others for the characters in there. So fingers crossed I'll be able to get them sent down to me. So a massive shout out to the store because they were amazing. I'll get the minifigures out the bag now and we'll take a better look. So first one, we'll start off with this young lady, and yes, she does have the hand on her head. I think this is a really nice minifigure. She's got really, really nice print. I don't know how clear this is going to be coming through, so I know the lighting's not the best, because don't forget I am in the hotel room. But what is quite cool with this is that it actually is attached to a hairpiece, so you can rip that bit off, and it is a completely different individual hand, and you can see all the detail on the hand as well. So I think that does look very, very smart. So I've never seen this minifigure before. I'm sure this has been out ages and ages and ages, and I've just slept on it. But it does come with her umbrella as well. So I think it all looks rather smart. Now, moving on to one that I think I have, but I think it might have a slightly different print. So we have this one just here. So you can name the films as we go. I think this one looks, again, really nice and smart. It's got all the silver and everything up at the front. I think it's got a really nice print on its face as well, so I'm not too sure if I can, because I've not done any of this, pop the head off easy enough. There we go. So that is what that looks like without the mask. So I let that focus just like that. I think that does look quite smart. So it is a different shape to the one that I've got, and again you've got all the printing and everything up on the back. So moving on to the next little minifigure. So this is all going to go in my horror display. I think this is a fantastic looking pinhead from Razor. So look at that. So obviously Hellraiser, not Razor. Look at all the detail on the front of that one. Yes, you have got all of the bits and pieces on here. If I use my right arm, I don't actually block the lighting off, so that's hopefully coming through okay. But you've got all of that detail up there. You've got really nice print. The one that I've got, I think, is white pins on the front, so this is completely different, and it's obviously on that base. You can see all the print on the arm. Again, I think it looks really smart. And then you've got all the print that goes across the back. So I am very, very happy with that one. Now, this one. No, I'll go on to Chucky, because I think this is very similar to the Chucky that I have. But again, I think it is slightly different as well, because I think the scarring is different on the front. So it does look rather nice, I think. I have to get that one out of the way. I was just focusing on that one. So yeah, I think that looks rather nice. You have to let me know if you're a fan of Child's Play or not. Now, coming in to three very good minifigures next. So this one is what we're going to start with. Do you know what film this is from? You're going to be surprised with the name. It's Sam, but it's from Trick or Treat. Now, it says on the front of the poster that it's the best Halloween film in 30 years. So I think I might make that my Halloween film of choice. But look at the detail on this thing. It's ridiculous, the amount of print that is on this. It looks fantastic. fantastic. It's probably one of the most detailed printed minifigures I now own. But it is everywhere. Now, I will probably have to redo this with slightly better lighting, but I think from the side, I think you can get the idea of it. If I actually spin it around at that angle, I think it's coming through all right. But you can see you've got all the different patches on the back. You've got the littler legs on this one, I think, so it's a slightly shorter, sort of almost child legs on the bottom with an adult torso on top. It is a very freaky but really, really nice looking thing, and you can see he's taking a bite out of that, so that is brilliant. Now, bearing in mind, these only cost $4 Canadian each, so from a pound to Canadian dollar value, brilliant for me, and I think they're very, very good value for the locals as well. Now, moving on to two more fantastic minifigures as well, we will go straight in with Jason Voorhees. The print on his jacket and the little bit of patching on his leg and the front of his boots, I think it's rather smart. The hockey mask is obviously perfect. I think it's just a smaller size hockey mask. Don't forget it's in scale to a minifigure's face, and the minifigure's not that big. If you want to try and take a guess of what one this is supposed to be from with regards to the film, I know there's some Friday the 13th fans in this, so if you recognise the red in the mask, what does it relate to? And yes, it does come all the way through the back, and you do have the really, really nice detail on the jacket as well. So big, big, big fan of that one. But all the print on the side of the jacket, this is completely different to mine, so I am glad I have got that one in. Now, one minifigure I've been after for a while but have not picked up, and I think some of you are going to like this, is the matching one with the mask. Leatherface. Now, that is a really good looking chainsaw. Yes, you can see all the detail on the front of his apron with his really nice looking tie, and then you've got all of the detail on the side, and then you've got more detail on the back. So if you've not seen these films, just be careful if you start Googling to wonder what I am talking about. Now, this one here I have not, so I do need to hunt that down, because that looks amazing. Now, if that is supposed to be a little child for Halloween, it's obviously going to be very, very similar to the Child's Play of Chucky. So all four of them are brilliant. And then obviously we have got this one here, and then we have the matching black one over here. So I think all of those from the horror perspective looks absolutely fine. And obviously this one here just became popular, I would imagine, from the actual TV series that's come out, which I'm not going to lie, I have not seen, but at the same time I thought the minifigure did look very, very good. He says trying his very, very best to add the hand back in on her head. I'm determined I am going to do this with one hand. Hang on, there, oh, she's gone. Right, so what we do, we'll finish the video like that, so we'll just have the hand there because she has gone, and we'll just use her umbrella as a thing. Right, I cheated, I needed both hands, but you can see I've added in the Halloween thing behind, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Now, they are going to be making more of these for the Chucky's Playroom and other little bits and pieces like that as well. There's going to be a full unboxing video coming for this Halloween thing, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That actually might be uploaded on Halloween Eve. I think that might be a good time to do that video, obviously, for what it is. All the other minifigures, like I said, let us know in the comments below which is your favourite one, which print do you like the most. I have no idea what this one's all about, so I'm going to get my hands on the film and see exactly what's what. But I think all of these minifigures will look fantastic in my horror section of the theme park. I know there's a lot of horror fans on this channel as well, so let us know what you think of this, and obviously let us know what you think of the store as well. But guys, I think that is it. I am done. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Comments below, let me know what you think I should also do with these. If I should add them into the haunted house, or just sort of have them hidden around everywhere? But let us know in the comments below. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.